Hey people, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for coming back. If you are returning, thank you so much for returning. If you are new, thank you so much for clicking. And why not hit that subscribe button to be part of the family, and then you hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload new videos. Hope you're fine, hope you're good, hope you're loving yourself and others like always. Now, I think this caught my attention because it's like this past week, the YouTube was like, things were coming up. People were talking about this person, no, that's one. Is it Deep Wango? Is it Wodemaya? Is it Trudy? Is it African Tigress? And all these things, it was right before our eyes, and I felt like, why not we talk about these things? Because this is our problem. This is our problem as Africans, and if we do not talk about it, where else? Who else will talk about it, right? What do you think is the problem of African YouTubers? Because if it's not this one, it's the other one. Today you will hear this, tomorrow you will hear that, and then you see these things that it's we ourselves that are dragging ourselves back. It's not far away. And that is why you see I keep emphasizing on the fact that as Africans we need to work within, we need to work on ourselves. If we are complaining that we are being looked down on, we are being marginalized as a continent, then we should also look at ourselves, how we look at each other. Because any loophole that is there can easily be used. There are three things that are certain. One, this world is not our home. No matter how we look at it, it's just a reality that a lot of us run away from, but that is the fact. One day we all will depart. However we live our life, that's how we are going to be judged. It's not by saying this person made me do this, that person made me do that, this person refused to do this. No, it is personal. And this race is personal, just that we can help each other keep going. But at the end of it all, we are going to be judged individually. You won't see a mother taking the judgment of a daughter, talk less of just a person. We will be judged individually. All we have acquired, all we own, we are living it the moment we seize that breath. The moment that breath is no more, we lose everything we have that is here, because they are all going to end here. All the competition we are making, all will end here. All the I will never forgive you or I have forgiven you, all will end here. And what is going to stand is our relationship with the divine. This is the reality, whether we take it or leave it. Secondly, God bless us in different ways. You might have so amount of subscribers, you might have so amount of watch time, you might be earning so amount of money. These are the ways that God wants to bless us. He mustn't bless us the same way, right? You might start a YouTube channel with somebody and then the person come and go ahead of you. That is life. There is something of you that person might even be envying, you wouldn't know, right? If God gave you this, that's the way God has blessed you. And God gives the other person, that's the way God has blessed that person. There is no point beginning to do some of the things that we do, because a lot of times we just need to sit and think. Most of all these things happening is we just need to sit and rethink, and then you see we'll find solutions to most of these things. Your blessing is different from my blessings. You might have everything you want to some level, then I might have something that you would not have, and you mustn't have that thing. There's nobody on earth that have everything 100%. Even the person you are admiring, the person that is your role model, the person you are aspiring to be, that person does not have everything 100%. God is not stupid. He knows why He did that. And all these ways are ways that God has blessed us differently, because we are not all the same. Until we realize that, then I don't think we're going to head anywhere. Do to no one what you wouldn't want done to you. The golden rule. The law of nature. Whatever it is that goes up will come down. Whatever you do to someone, however you treat the person, whatever you manipulate underneath, so that those things will start cooking ahead, that same way will come back to you, because the measure you use for others is the same measure that will be used for you. That is why in all situations we have to be careful in all that we do to our neighbor. Now, you see the issue of the Jamaican guy and Dimwango and then I am Marwa. Boom! We just heard that that was even when we're still on the issue of Miss Trudy and the so-called pastor, right? And then this guy came that Ayamarawa and Dimwango dupe him of some amount of money. Right? A lot of stories surrounding which I believe a lot of you were aware of. Now at the end of it now, the guy has privated all his videos, and the way things are going now, it's like he just did that. For what? I don't know. But why will we as humans sit down and plan the downfall of our fellow person? That is a question. That is a question. Now you talk about that of Miss Trudy and the pastor. You know, we all have our different life. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with what Trudy did. She did a house tour, which anybody can do, right? And I think which you have been doing. This is not the first time, and which a lot of us YouTubers does, right? A lot of us show our house to people. Is that not so? It just depends on you personally whether you want to do it or not. Because I didn't do a house tour on my channel, or because I don't see any reason to do a house tour, does not mean that somebody shouldn't do. We all have our separate life, and then we all have our goals. We are all different. So because this person does this and you feel it's not right, does not mean that thing is wrong. I don't know whether we get where I'm heading to. Now for this man to come out, he said he's a pastor, and start saying, you know, clapping hands, doing like that, don't stop intimidating our youth. Whoever wants to be intimidated will be intimidated. Everybody is struggling to see how the future will be better. I think it wasn't even easy for Trudy when she started YouTube, because when she was sharing her story, almost a lot of us heard of her story. She started YouTube when she was sacked. When she was expecting promotion, she was sacked. And then out of frustration and depression, she just started YouTube because she saw people, she was posting whatever she saw others doing. Right? And gradually she started earning before God merged her with her husband now, who is Wodimaya. So she also started rough. Nobody was there for her at first to push her up. She started this thing. Right? So I think, no. Personally, when I saw that video, I was like, what is happening? What is this? Why can't we leave ourselves to be? Right? That video, I think about how many thousands of persons have watched that video and they liked the video. So why always looking for something negative to rub on people? Another question. Now the case of what's his name? The case of Wodimaya and the tigress, African tigress. And then those statements she was making that she will never forgive. She will never forgive Wodimaya. Even those that knew her know her to be someone that is hot-headed. I think in summary of what she said. You know, this issue of Wodimaya and the African tigress has been, I don't know, it has been on ground. And what is that problem that you can't let go? Like they say, in every story there is another side, right? Now I don't even see the reason why you come online with your problems. This is my opinion. That does not mean those that come online with their problems are wrong. Personally, I don't see reason why I will have issues with somebody. I won't settle it behind the camera. I'll come on the camera and start saying things. One, I don't think it's something that we should aspire doing, or we should continue doing if we have started. Because in this life, nobody knows tomorrow. You might be hot on this person today. That person might be the person that will help you tomorrow. And whatever it is that someone have done wrong to you, why can't there be peaceful settlements? Peaceful settlements, because sometimes life is funny. You see Wodimaya and African tigress, Miss Trudy and this pastor, right? You see Dimwango and this Jamaican guy, and a lot of them. If it's not wickedness, then it's jealousy. And it shouldn't be. When someone is on top today, you might be the one that will be there tomorrow. You don't know. So by the time you are there tomorrow and they start hunting you like this, how will you feel? And look at the other one that passed. I just decided not to be talking about these things anyway. The one of goat and cow and horse. Oh my goodness. I am the goat, I am the cow, I am the horse. You know, to be frank with you, that was when I got to know that there's something they call a goat. I've been seeing it greatest of all time, but I never abbreviated it as goats. But at first when I heard goats, and even the the YouTuber that discussed that issue, she put a goat there, like real life, like real picture of a goat. I was like, who concern YouTubers and goats? Which goat are they dragging about? Only for me to find out that it's greatest of all time. And look at all this hustle, all this bustling, all on YouTube, and a lot of times those who are follow us get disappointed. To tell you the truth, if you can read from their minds, some will not tell you. A lot of persons will not tell, they'll be following you. They'll be saying, no, leave, just because they feel they want to show you that they are behind you. And some of these things is hypocrisy. If you follow somebody and the person does something that is wrong, as a follower, you should tell the person. You shouldn't necessarily unfollow the person or unsubscribe. Just be there to tell the person, no, this time around you are wrong. When the person does, we know you are right. You get my point? But by the time we keep fueling, you see subscribers and followers, sometimes a lot of them lead us astray. Am I saying us? Am I a YouTuber yet? I'm not. I'm still struggling to get to 1,000 subscribers. That's why I would say do hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to the channel, so that you be part of the family and then help us grow, right? Thank you so much for doing that. So it's just this issue of subscribers and followers. They can be very in one way, if you do not manage them well, if you do not manage them well as a YouTuber, they will ruin your life and they will turn your life upside down. Because some will know that what you are doing is wrong, but for the fact that maybe the other person is not persons that they like, they will start instigating. Some will even tell you personally that you should fight the person. Because most of these things, if you check well, you might see that somebody is the one instigating these things beneath. And then you as the YouTuber, if you do not have a mind of your own, a set mind already, you begin to jump here and there, and then they will start playing you like ball, and then they will sit back. When the deed is done, they'll crawl back and sit and watch what is happening. All this annoyance, all this anger, all this hatred, it's taking us nowhere. I was happy that African YouTubers started coming up. People started coming up to showcase Africa to the world, and then the rest of them. I was happy that things are changing. Something big is coming for Africa. A lot of things are beginning to change, and people are beginning to see us in another light from what they were seeing us in those times. And then look at all this hatred. How can the YouTubers, African YouTubers, unite when there is so much hate, so much annoyance, so much pain, and so much wickedness, if I am permitted to use that word? What are your thoughts? You leave your comment there in the section below so that we discuss and journey together. Thank you so much for staying up to this time. If you stay up to this time, why not leave a comment there so I know you stayed up to this time? And I'll see you in my next one. Love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive. Bye.